Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and this is the channel where I went to business school so you didn't have to, and today we are talking about Palantir Technology stock, ticker symbol PLTR. Investors either love this stock, hate this stock, are holding the bag, or successfully traded the stock, so we're going to determine today if Palantir Technologies is a good investment for the year of 2022. For more Palantir videos, remember to go and smash that like button right now, comment your thoughts down below about the PLTR stock, subscribe if you are new, and without further ado, let's get right into today's stories. So many companies are releasing their earnings report because earnings season is in full swing. However, the stock market, as well as a plethora of growth stocks as well as technology stocks, are selling out, so investors are doubting their portfolios and even some of their high conviction plays because these certain stocks and companies are dropping right now, including Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR, which is a big data and analytics company that serves both commercial clients as well as government agencies. Currently, the PLTR stock currently trades for around $10.43 as of right now. The low-end price prediction according to analysts is $9. The average price consensus for the next 12 months of 2022, we see that the average analyst estimate is $16.28, and the high-end bullish prediction for the stock is $25.30. However, we did a video in the past saying that Morningstar analysts actually deem the fair value price of Palantir Technologies to be $31 per share. However, what do other analysts think about this price prediction? Well, right now, 10 Wall Street analysts currently cover the stock. One analyst says the stock is a clear buying opportunity. 5 analysts say to hold this stock because it's going to scale into the future. So while it might not be a buy right now, in the future, it definitely could be a buy because it's going to grow into its overall PS ratio. And lastly, 4 of these 10 analysts actually say to sell the stock. Recently, the PLTR stock price has fallen by around 16% just in the last 5 trading days, and this came after their strong earnings report. Although not everything on Palantir's earnings report was amazing, the majority of the metrics that they brought in for their financials were absolutely phenomenal. So Palantir Technologies is still a long-term investment. However, is buying Palantir in 2022 a good idea? Well, if you are a long-term aggressive growth investor and you can snag the PLTR stock below $10, this could be a fantastic company to own. However, again, proper risk management tells us not to over-allocate more than 5% into a single company, so if Palantir currently makes up over 5% of your portfolio, you may want to either take profits or look into tax loss harvesting, where you could sell a stock at a loss for around $3,000 and use that to offset some of your taxes. However, besides that, Wall Street overall has been very skeptical of Palantir because they say that Palantir has relied too heavily on their government contracts and they're not very competitive compared to other peers such as Snowflake, which is gaining commercial clients like crazy. However, according to their most recent earnings report, Palantir Technologies is not focusing as much on their government clients as they are on their commercial segment, which is scaling at a very impressive rate. In 2021, Palantir for the full year generated around $1.5 billion worth of total revenue, and around 60% of this revenue came from their government contracts, while around 40% came from their commercial sector. However, eventually their commercial sector will pass the revenues brought in by their government contracts, so this 60-40 split could be completely flipped upside down in the next 2 years because their commercial segment is their key to eventually achieving profitability as well as their future growth trajectory, which is really going to benefit the PLTR stock price. In early 2021, many investors forget that they have strategic partnerships with both IBM and Amazon's cloud business, which is AWS, also known as Amazon Web Services. And Palantir's alliance with IBM and Amazon are just starting to bear fruit right now because, again, Palantir is a long-term play because they are still scaling their commercial clients. Speaking of their commercial segment, the US commercial customers quadrupled from just 17 US commercial customers in 2020 to around 80 by the end of 2021. This is a substantial increase, and overall, Palantir's private sector increased by over 200% from 49 customers in 2020 to 147 customers in 2021. So Palantir not only is landing new commercial clients, but Palantir, because their software is so sticky and it would actually cost customers more to change products from Palantir to another company, this gives Palantir a fantastic retention rate, and this means that Palantir is retaining the customers that they are landing, which is fantastic news. And they are doing this for both their commercial side as well as their government side. We have seen multiple times that government agencies have actually chosen to extend their contracts with Palantir Technologies, which just shows how reliable their technology is and how much government agencies value and love Palantir's technology, at least enough to extend their contracts. So the importance of net retention and retaining their customers both on the commercial and their government side is absolutely amazing, and this is reflecting very positively in their overall balance sheet. Speaking of their financial metrics, Palantir generated operating cash flow of around $333 million for the calendar year of 2021, and they have free cash flows that came in at around $423 million, which beat analysts' estimates, saying that for the full year they are only going to bring in around $418, and in past videos I actually predicted that they would beat in that particular metric. Palantir also has a load of cash on hand because at the end of 2021 they had around $2.3 billion worth of cash or cash equivalents on their balance sheet while virtually having no debt at all. So they are sitting on a fantastic cash pile, and they are using this cash to either invest into gold or even other up-and-coming companies through their Foundry for Builders program by investing into SPAC companies or special purpose acquisition companies that are just getting started. So I think they are using their cash very wisely, and they are also just keeping it on their balance sheet because this is going to help them with their overall valuation and how investors value the overall company. Following the company's Q4 results, however, the stock price continues to fall. So right now, is Palantir a good buying opportunity? Well, it's not a good buying opportunity if you are overexposed to Palantir already. So if Palantir makes up more than 5% of your portfolio, there's really no sense in doubling down on Palantir. You can invest into other fantastic stocks because there are a plethora of fantastic stocks that are discounted right now that you could get into. However, the very bullish news about Palantir Technologies is their push for their commercial sector, which is going to give investors who are not overexposed right now a fantastic buying opportunity. If you could invest into Palantir below $10 right now, that is a fantastic entry point, at least for a long-term hold. And when I say long-term hold, I'm saying that you're willing to hold this company past 2025. Like we said earlier, Palantir has plenty of cash on hand and their customers are extremely satisfied with Palantir's technology. And there's always an option for these customers to continue and extend their contract so they can work with Palantir longer. Management also has a very clear roadmap for their overall growth and eventually Palantir achieving profitability. They have also hired more salespeople, which means that as Palantir starts to market and sell their products more, this is going to help them land more customers. And although this can take around a year for us to start seeing the fruit from these original investments, such as hiring more salespeople, over the long term, this is fantastic news because Palantir's technology can literally be used in every industry. Because if that company generates data, then Palantir Technologies could be used to better their company. So 2022 will be a very important year for Palantir Technologies, and investors who have a long-term time horizon of around 5 years or more can find extreme value in the PLTR stock. So Palantir is well positioned for future growth even at this low point. The stock market, as well as Palantir Technologies and a plethora of other growth and financial and technology stocks, are pulling back right now, so now is the time to really double down on your high conviction plays. However, remember that there are a plethora of fantastic companies that are trading at a discount right now. There's no need to bet on just one company when there are multiple companies that are fantastic, which will diversify you and lower your overall risk of any losses. But I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Remember to smash that like button right now, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next YT video.